Before we begin our class, may I request everyone to please stand for a prayer. Liana, can you please lead a prayer? In the name of the Father, of the Son, and of the Holy Spirit. Amen. Before you will take your seats, can we pick up some pieces of paper on the floor? And then arrange your chairs. Okay, thank you so much, class, for being obedient. You may now take your seats and feel comfortable. Alright, a pleasant day to all of you, my enthusiastic learners. How are you today? Oh, that's great. It's good to know that all of you are all doing fine. You know what, class? Having an adequate disposition makes you understand our lesson easily. Am I right? Yes. Now, is there any assignment to be passed today? None? How about absentees for this session? None? Oh, that's good to know that all of you are present. Now, are you ready to learn today? Since you're all ready, now let's check your prior knowledge. What was our topic last meeting? Yes, last meeting, we talked about the legend of the Bakunawa and the 7 moons. Now, to check your comprehension about our previous lesson, let's have an activity. Directions. Sequence the events of the story entitled Bakunawa and the 7 moons by putting a number on the blank. I will give you 5 minutes to sequence the events. Timer starts now. Okay, time's up. Now let's check your answers. So we have here 3, 2, 1, 4, and 5. Now, did you get the correct answers? Very good. Give yourself a big round of applause. Now, do you have any questions, clarifications with regards to our previous discussion? Since you don't have any questions, so it's time for us to deal with another story. But before that, let's have a game. So this game is entitled, What Defines Your Character? So here are the mechanics of the game. First, I will flash a picture on the screen, and all you have to do is describe each character you are familiar with. Are the mechanics of the game clear? Very good. Now, who can describe this first picture? Yes, very good, Liana. Her name is Darna. Darna is one of the famous Filipino comic superhero that is known for saving the life of people who are in need. The next, who can describe the second picture? Yes, he is Spiderman. So, Spiderman is a kind of superhero who uses his power like spider to save people. Now, who can describe the last picture? Accurately, Romina. She is Wonder Woman. So, Wonder Woman is a foreign woman superhero who is known to be very strong. She loves to sacrifice herself for the sake of those people who are in need. Intelligent! All of you got the correct answers. Give yourself a barangay clap. Those are the names and characteristics of a superhero. Class, our topic for today also talks about the heroic deeds of 2 persons. So it is an epic poem entitled, everybody please read Indarapatra at Sulayman, written by Bartolome the Valiant. Now I want you to listen carefully because at the end of the lesson, you are expected to attain the following objectives. Everybody please read. First, read and analyze the literary elements in the epic story entitled Indarapatra at Sulayman by Bartolome the Valiant. Second, discover literature as means of connecting to a significant past. Then third, discuss the value of heroic deeds. Are these objectives clear? Very good. Now to formally begin our lesson, let's have another activity. So the title of this activity is Find Your Match. Here are the mechanics. Now everybody please read. First, group the class into 2. Second, I will give you 5 difficult words. And third, match the meaning of these difficult words by using clues in the sentence. And fourth, each meaning of words contain different shape. Select the accurate accurate shape to its corresponding word. Now I will give you 5 minutes to match the following. Timer starts now. Okay, time's up. Now let's check your answers. First, we have here, hunt means habitual problem. Now, did you get the correct answer? Very good. Give yourself a big round of applause. Now class, I want you to remember these following words because you will encounter this as you read the story. So we have here, hunt. Hunt means manifest itself at place regularly. Then second is havoc. Havoc means widespread destruction. The third one is zeal. Zeal means dedication or distraction. And the fourth one is scourge. Scourge means a whip used as instrument of punishment. And the last one is exhausted. Exhausted means drained of one's physical, or it means very tired. I want you to remember these following words because you will encounter this as you read the story. Before we will read the story titled Indarapatra at Sulayman, so let's have first the author's background. So the author of this story is Bartolomé del Valle. So he was born on 1641 and died on 1725. So he is a poet, a teacher, and an author. At this point, let us read the story entitled Indarapatra at Sulayman, written by Bartolomé del Valle. May I request everyone to please open your book on page 124 to 127, and I will give you 10 minutes to read the story. Timer starts now. Okay, time's up. Did you read the story carefully? Very good. Did you understand the selection? Alright, now let's try to analyze the literary elements present in the story. Who do you think are the characters of the story? Very good, Jocelyn. The characters of the story are Indarapatra at Sulayman, the four monsters, and the villagers. Now class, who do you think are the protagonists of the story? You're right, Marcelo. The protagonists of the story are Indarapatra and Sulayman. How about the antagonists of the story? Correct, Lindilu. So, the antagonists of the story are, we have here Kurita, Tarabusaw, Pa, and the dreadful bird. Class, where do you think the story happened? Correct, Eloisa. The story happened in the land of Maranao. Now, what do you think is the conflict of the story? Brilliant. The conflict of the story is the attack of the four monsters. Based from these literary elements present in the story, now let us try to analyze and know the meaning of these literary words. Class, you said a while ago that the characters of the story are Indarapatra, Sulayman, Kurita, Tarabusaw, Pa, and the dreadful bird. Now what do you mean by character? Yes, you're right, Raya. Character refers to the individual present in the story. You said earlier that the protagonists of the story are Indarapatra and Sulayman. What do you mean by protagonist? Correct, Marshall. Protagonist is the main character of the story. You also stated earlier, class, that the antagonists of the story are Kurita, Tarabusaw, Pa, and the dreadful bird. Now, what do you mean by antagonist? Brilliant! Antagonist is the one who opposes the main character. Class, you said that the story happened in the land of Maranao. What do you mean by setting? Precisely, Marjol! Setting is the time and location of the story. Now, you said also a while ago that the conflict of the story is the attack of the four monsters. Now, what do you mean by conflict? Correct, Artist Joy. Conflict is the problem that needs to be solved in the story. Based on your answers a while ago, what is the role of the main characters of the story? Yes, you're right. They serve as a hero because they are the one who saved Maranao. Now, as we all know, there are four monsters who attack Maranao. Now, who can describe these four monsters? You're right, Mia! Kurita is a terrible monster that has many limbs and it lives partly on land and on the sea, while Tarabusao is a very ugly creature in the form of man. Pa is a kind of bird that has a very large wings that covers the sun and it brought darkness to earth, while the last one is the dreadful bird. So the dreadful bird is a kind of bird that has 7 heads and it has the power to see all directions at the same time. Now class, as we all know, Sulayman died in the story. If you were King Indarapatra, would you follow your brother and avenge him? You have a point, Veronica. Yes, aside from the fact that Sulayman is the brother of King Indarapatra, it is the duty of the king to serve his people and his land. And if I were King Indarapatra as well, of course I will follow my brother. It's because a true hero is the one who is willing to sacrifice himself for the sake of his people and into his land. Intelligent! You really comprehend the story. Now give yourself a Janisha clap. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Very good, very good, very good. Now to check your understanding about our discussion, now let's have an activity. Now everybody, please read. Directions. Group the class into 5. Each will be given one picture that implies the sequence of the events in the story. Each group will give a short description of the given picture and choose one representative to discuss it in the class. Are the directions clear? Very good. Now here are the assigned pictures of each group. Group 1 will be assigned for this picture, Group 2 for this picture, and so on and so forth. I will give you 10 minutes to sequence the plot of the story. Timer starts now. Okay, time's up. Now let's check your answers. Class, let us now know the plot of the story entitled Indarapatra at Sulayman. Here is the exposition. A long time ago, Mindanao was covered with water, and the sea covered the lowlands, and nothing could be seen but the mountains jutting from it. Now the rising action. But suddenly, there were 4 monsters attacked Mindanao, and the climax. That is why King Indarapatra asked his brother Sulayman to save the people in the land of Maranao. So, the following action, King Sulayman departed in the land of Maranao and started to fight the 4 monsters. And we have here the resolution. King Indarapatra helped his brother Sulayman to defeat the last monster, which is the dreadful bird. And at the end of the story, they both live happily ever after. So that's the end of the story entitled Indarapatra at Sulayman, written by Bartolome del Valle. Very good, class! You really sequenced the events accurately. Now give yourself a big round of applause. Now, do you know, class, what is the theme of the story? Brilliant answer, Charina! The theme of the story is, everybody please read. A true hero is the one who is willing to sacrifice so that others may save. Now class, if you were King Indarapatra and Sulayman, would you fight for the people for the land of Maranao? Why or why not? Thank you for sharing your idea, Alexa. Saving the people of the land of Maranao is indeed an example of an heroic act. Class, we can be a hero in our own little ways. By simply facing our fears is one of the characters of a hero. And by simply motivating others is an example of an heroic act. And that is why we should be mindful and be thankful for those people who serve as our heroes. It may be small or big things, still they impart a little sacrifice so that we will improve and continue to live. Class, always be grateful for those people who sacrifice themselves for the sake of us. Am I right? Yes! Now, to check your comprehension, let's have an activity. The title of this activity is Think and Reflect. Everybody, please read the directions. Answer the following questions by connecting to the given selection. First, in what way could Epic heroes like Sulayman and Indarapatra influenced the lives of younger generations of readers like you. Third, how are real present-day heroes similar to epic heroes like Indarapatra and Sulayman? How are they different? And the fourth one, what customs or practices of pre-colonial Filipinos are depicted in the story? And the last one, was it wise for Indarapatra to leave his kingdom and subject to search for his brother? Explain your answer. Now I will give you 10 minutes to answer the following questions. Time's up. Kindly pass your paper forward at the count of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, thank you so much class for being obedient. Now for your assignment, everybody please read. Choose your partner. Pick your favorite event in the story, then create a comic strip of this event in a 1/2 wide cartolina. Be sure to include dialogues and conversations in your comics. Pass your output into our Facebook page, and I will send the rubrics into our group chat. Are these directions clear? Very good. Now, this ends our lesson for today. Goodbye, everyone. Have a nice